Hey YouTube, what's going on? Today we are going to be making a tier list of the top 5 units of each color. For the units that don't make it into the top 5, they're just outside of the reach. They're just trying to grab onto it, but they just can't get there. I kept thinking about this over and over and over again, and how I'm basing the units that are in each spot are, again, preference to how I have fought them in PvP and how their kits are based off of. Not really based it off of the teams, but just the unit itself. Even before I get into any of this, I'm glad, I just want to say something, I'm glad I'm starting to get back into YouTube because I've kind of missed doing this type of stuff, being able to just create stuff for you that you guys will be able to watch. I hope you all enjoy it. So yeah, man, I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching all these videos that I'm going to start making more and more and more. Alright, let's get into this. I think a color I'll start with is, I'm going to go with purple. Now, I have some decent purples in here, but when I put a unit on there, it's going to be from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's how I'll do it. So, I think first unit as the top 5 that'll make it there is, I'm going to go with the Legends Limited Path to Power Goku. He was good for a decent amount of time. Now the problem is that Dragon Ball just didn't really have too much to offer itself. But he has the endurance, he gets the Dragon Ball. That was a new unique gauge that he had. It was nice because you were able to get covered all. You don't see him too much, really. But he had his little, I'd say month, maybe a little bit less than that. But I say he at least has the top 5 for purple units itself. Next one I'll go to, I'm gonna go with Cell. Cell is just kind of just to me personally, and again this is all my preference and just an opinion, it's not the actual, just all the colors, just with me. If you pair him with Vegeta Blue and the Cell just being able to just explode, it's just a deadly combo, and it's caught me many of times. You know who you are. It's a deadly combo, and he gets the card draw speed when his unique gauge fills with a time gauge. His green card's really good. His blue card's got the feint on it, so I think that's a really good purple unit. It's at least number 4 in my opinion. Alright, number 3. It's gonna be interesting, man. This unit is kind of falling off a bit. Not tremendously, but it's going to be Ultra Gogeta Blue. Look, again, he's still a really good unit, but there have just been other units, and I guess in the purples, that have gone just a little bit better than him. After 60 timer counts, he's pretty deadly. If you hit a green card, he's going type neutral, and he's hitting pretty hard, but I think just if you get destroyed, how am I gonna say this? I just want to explain this. If you beat him before the 60 timer counts, he's not gonna be able to do anything. So, because sometimes he can just get sniped, and then he's out, and there's not much you can do. You at least all these Ultra units that come out, they gotta at least be high stars. And Ultra Gogeta Blue held champ for quite a long time, and he's still top 30 easily, but I don't think he's the top purple unit right now. It's just unfortunate, but again, he's still a really, really, really good unit. Second, we're going with Jiren. I've been seeing a lot more Jiren lately. He's a tank, he's a wall, he can do some good damage, his green card is good. unless you're getting away from it, he's got a long AoE green card. The feint sometimes comes into play, sometimes it does not, but he can tank when someone rushes, he gets the endurance. His value is going up kind of tremendously. When Jiren, he didn't have anything going on with when he got his plat and then we got his Zenkai, Jiren was way down. But since he got his Zenkai, he's gone up, and I've seen a lot more Jiren lately. It's kind of nice. I know Jiren fan is really happy about that, but I think he's number 2. And again, these 2 and 3 are very close to each other. Even 1, it's not like there's a big gap in between. They're just outside of the reach. So, and without further ado, you guys already know it's number 1. It's Go Frieza. You guys have seen this unit so many times. And all right, the reason why I'm putting him in purple and instead of, because I know Frieza's blue, how I'm basing this off is whatever their first color is. And if they're reverse color, that means they're totally green, that makes sense. But if they start off as purple, I'm putting them in purple. If they start like, and the other one is when we get to Goku and Bardock, they will be in blue. They will not be in the green category because Goku starts off as blue. So I just want to get that out of the way. So you guys already know Go Frieza was not great when they first came out, but when they got their buff that they got, oh my god. You already know. I don't even want to talk about it. I do not want to talk about how it's disgusting they were. But we got that out of the way. Purples are, I believe this is it. I think this is set in stone. Let me know if you think otherwise, if there's a purple unit I'm missing. I think Captain Ginyu, the Goku version of Captain Ginyu, just outside. I don't really think there's any other purples that I can think of right now, and if I look at any of the purples that are out, I just don't see anything kind of stick out. I mean, I have not seen Ultra Broly in quite some time, so that's just going to be a no from me. But I really don't think there's any other purple right now that is... I mean, maybe UI. Maybe UI. I can't even see where he is at. Yeah, UI. But they're close. I don't think he's just top 5. I'll put him in here. This is gonna be like just units that are just on the outside looking in. They're close, but they just missed it. So, all right, let's move on to the yellow units. This is a little bit interesting. What I wanted to think about how I want to do this yellows. I don't know how well you guys will agree with me doing this yellow units. Oh, what's up, Kid Joe? This is gonna be an interesting one, and I'm gonna actually go with Ultra Kid Buu. And look, I know there are some regen units that are still running around, and you haven't really seen Kid Buu that much. But like I said before, I'm basing it off of the kit itself and the character on how well he did the routes. If you got hit with that green card, oh my god, he just kept going. And if his gauge was full and he hit you with the blue card, you were basically done. He could just do a tremendous amount of damage. And it was just ridiculous. So I think for those reasons that he is going to be at least number 5 for the yellow units. Now we'll go into number 4, and this was kind of a toss-up. I kept thinking back and forth of what I wanted to do, and I went with not Go Frieza. That's funny. I went with Frieza here. The blast damage is really good, and I've fought up against a decent amount of Friezas right now, and the paralysis, and he gets 2 ults. Remember that, he gets 2 ults. So when you're looking at this, that's stupid. And the paralysis, even on top of that. And if you can get stuck in that paralysis loop, you're done. And also the fact that when he is at half health, he destroys your hand and you're locked in. That's a really good thing to have. Not many units have that. So you can stop the combo and be able to just go on the offensive and just go. So that's really good for him to have. That's why I put him at number 4. Number 3. We gotta go with the big boy. We're going with the big boy. Endurance factor. It's just, to me, it's just a more glorified version of Jiren. I think that the card Obscure when he cover changes, and there's so many things that I haven't really read his kit, but I've seen him a lot more right now. Good Fusion Warrior, defensive yellow units to have. Damage is but I just think the tanking that he can do is beyond what a lot of defensive units can do. The only one I know of is Jiren, but I think this is just a more glorified version of that. But I've been seeing him more and more lately, so I think he's number 3. 2, we'll go with the Gammas. I think the Gammas are still being used. If you have a high star androids team, the Gammas can cook. I'm sorry, they really can. Me personally, I have kind of struggled against androids. I don't know what it is about it. I've gone up against unit reps, I've gone Saiyans, I've done like hybrids, and I'm not saying they're easy matches, but something about androids, and if you have a good setup with that, lets you to Cell, 17, and Gammas, and the blast damage that they can do is just ridiculous. Plus, they got the was it the Limerick core, I believe? If I don't know if I said it correctly on the gauge that they do. But that thing also hits like a truck, and if it's a 14 star, it's gonna hurt. So I put them up at number 2, and you already know who's going to be number 1. It's gonna be no, I'm just kidding. It's UI. You already know this man is stupid with the cover change stoppage that he does. Basically, if you're caught in a combo, you are going to be done. There's nothing you can do. You just have to sit there and take it. And if it's a 14 star, can't speak, character, you're gonna be dead. Unless you have a red units out there in the beginning, it's gonna suck to try to go up against him. So, I mean, I don't really need to explain it anymore. This is just pretty self-explanatory why UI is the number 1 yellow units in Dragon Ball Legends. Let me know if you agree with this. Again, if I'm missing any yellow units, like I said, Jiren is just outside. And me, personal preference, I put Forku probably like 7th or 8th if I have another yellow unit that I am missing. I put these units in here so I don't have to scroll back down and just go do all that. So that's why I kept them as like this. But he could still do so much damage. I know that GT hasn't gotten anything, but me just personally, I still love Forku, but he's not up there. So next, you guys are not gonna like me on this one. Green, we're going with green, and again, I thought about it and the disrespect that people are doing to these units, and I'm sorry, I'm gonna put in Tag 4 as a top 5. Again, I know that this is literally the only peripheral preference that I have done. I looked at all the green units. The damage that they still can be able to create after a year old is insane. And that's really the only reason why they're up there. I had to put somewhat of a peripheral preference into my list of the top 5 color units. So hold on. I had to put them up there. The constant blues that they get. The green card is stupid. They get cover null unless there's 3 enemies. But again, you can just keep going with the combo. And then getting your advantage back on the blues. That's it. I know that there's other units that easily, no one's going to agree with my green lists, I don't think, but they'll at least have it close. But I had to put the Tag Force out there. I had to. I've used them. They've saved me so much in all PvP. And they have been carrying GT for over a year. They have been. If I did not have them, I don't know where I would be right now. Alright. So, next up, number 4. Again, I've been seeing this unit a lot more recently with the Ultra UI's release, and he's getting somewhat more respect of the characters come out. We're going with not Ultra, we're going to go with Rev UI. When Rev UI came out, he did not have a lot of support when he came out, and people did not think that he was good units. But he's slowly starting to get up there because Unireps is starting to get a lot more units, and I'm pretty sure they're blast based, and he is ranged, if I'm not mistaken. So he's getting a lot more supports, and one or two things good before he revives. His main ability, pre-revival, goes neutral, and he gets a full hand and gets covered all. That's a couple of things, but I'm putting all that together. I guess another thing is that his green card basically restores, I believe, 50% of his Vanish. That does help quite a lot. But when he revives, the cover null that he gets for 40 timer counts and the UI dodge ability is always nice to have. And his blue card hits hard. His blue card does hit hard. So with that, I think he's number 4. Just because I've been seeing him a lot more recently, but again, in the beginning, he did not do tremendous in the beginning when he released. But now he's doing much better. 3. These ones are close, but I'm gonna go with Orange Piccolo. His unit was not good when it came out. It's hard. It was not good. He was not good. Now that he got his plats, he's gotten better. Not great, but he's better. He's still up there in top 3. It's funny, man, with Tag Force, like I said, being over a year old, I have one-shot Orange Piccolo from full health. It's funny to see, but he has gotten a lot better since he's gotten that plat. The green card, if you can land the green card, is nice. It's a cover all, and he starts his combo. It's unfortunate that he doesn't go, and if I'm not mistaken, I don't think he goes type neutral at all. Now, if someone in my chat can correct me as I'm literally talking about Orange Piccolo, I will take my words back. But I don't believe he goes type neutral, and that really sucks for him. But his unique gauge is kind of like Trunks, sort of hope. That he destroys the cards and your key. And he destroys Dragon Ball. So with those reasons, he is number 3. Number 2, we're going with Pyke Jita. This is a hype character that on release, people were all ready for him. The thing that sucked about him, and I have to see this, I'm pretty sure that he is a, I'm just going to look right here onto my iPad, what I have, where is he? They're a defense unit. Defensive type units don't really do that well unless they have some sorts of mechanic where they cover change and they get rid of your buffs, and now it's why with like Gotenks and Jiren were very good for defensive because they got rid of buffs. Now again, I could be completely wrong because I haven't read too much of his kit, but I know you gotta get the Pikkon start yelling with the green cards and to build up his gauge because you want his gauge to be completely full. His blue card for Gogeta is nice because it's a long range blue, which kind of helps. Sometimes it catches people off guard. They're saying that. Okay, so he does go type neutral. Okay, so he does. Okay, my fault. I did not know that. Okay, I have to go. Pykegeta. You need to have this unit at high stars for them to be able to do anything. All these units could be, I can say that for every unit's gotta be high stars for them to be good. But I think it's just the top 2 because I've been seeing them more and more lately than Orange, but that's just me personally. Again, this is all my preference. But he can do somewhat of good damage when he's at least his gauge is filled up. So, like I said, that being said, is number 1. Number 1, or is number 2? Number 1, you already know, Evoken. Did I say any more? When this unit at least gets his gauge full at once, the cards that this unit just keeps getting, and if you pair them with a green card spawner, they don't stop. They do not stop fucking hitting you. And it is ridiculous because they also get cover null when the gauge is full. The green card gives them cover null. You can't stop this unit late game, and it is just ridiculous. Early game, they're not that great, but you have to wait on the later stages for them to be able to cook. So your main goal when trying to go up against Evoken is you gotta get rid of them quickly, because if you don't, and if they catch you, it's GG. They're not going to stop. And that's what their intent was. So, with that being said, this is my top 5. I know everyone and their mother is going to put this guy instead of Tag Force. I haven't seen much of this guy. And again, people haven't seen much of this guy. His damage is not there. When I use them, their damage is there. And I have seen more damage from these guys than this guy. This is, again, my preference. But I had to at least put something up there. And I know... let me know in the comments. I know what everyone's going to say. But that's just what it is. I wanted to do that. Okay. Now, we're going to go into the blue units. Blue units there, and then again I thought about this quite often. Again, like I said, this is my preference of the character itself and the kits and how well they have done. Number 5, I'm going with Namku, and I think the reason why is because if you can do the charges and get the green card off with, he gets the cover null, he can continue to go and go and go. And another thing that's great about him is that if you're hitting him, he lowers your key tremendously. Not tremendously, by 20. And that shit adds up quickly, because your cards cost 19 and 29 for the most part. Sometimes that costs 14 and then 24. That 20 adds up quickly, and it's annoying. I don't know how many times he has that, but that's annoying to have. And that's what makes him good. You haven't really seen him too much, but I think the kit itself speaks for it. That he is a top 5 units. Again, there's some units that just missed it, but being out of the top 5. But I think that right now what Namku has, again, have him on high stars, he can do some stuff. Again, like I said, that happens with every unit in this game. That works. Number 4. Beast Gohan. Beast Gohan. Sometimes I'm seeing Beast Gohan being used. Again, you gotta pair him with, you already know who it is Pan. And he did tremendous damage. And the fact that he gets cover null right from the start for 15 timer counts, you use a green card, you use a blue card, it gets rid of his gauge, he hits you with type neutral, whatever it's going to be, and then his gauge goes up fast, and then he can just continue the combo, and then go it again, and go it again, and go it again. You know exactly what I'm talking about with Beast Gohan destroyed every unit in its path. It came to the point where I summoned for him and I used him on the team. He was the only unit that made me not run a full GT team. He's the only unit that's done that. I have gone through plenty of metas where LOE was on the rise, where it was red, red, purple, where it's yellow, yellow, green, and I stood with them. I stood with GT. This man came out, I had to run him with him just because how stupid he was in this game. And that's the only unit that has done that to me. So, he is, without a doubt, in the top 5. No questions asked about that. Okay. Number 3. The man that destroyed me in Battle Hour last year. Or this year, actually. Or, you know what I mean. 17. The fact that he can do so much disruption of damage buffs is beyond me. No one gave this man credit. I didn't give him credit either. But once people realized how good he was at disrupting the damage buffs that you got when hit with a blue card or the ultimate or the ultimate, and doing a believe Rising Rush, don't quote me on that one, I could be wrong. But now people are starting to realize how well he is. Plus, when his gauge is full, the Vanish Restorer quickly, how he can just mess up a person's mentally. We're trying to figure out if he's going to sidestep or he's going to attack right away. It's a 50-50 right there. You don't know what 17 is going to do. And that's what gives him the advantage, because you can basically mindfuck him. Like, what am I going to do? Am I going to back up? Am I going to sidestep? Am I going to attack? You have all these options. And your opponent just has to figure out what 17 is going to do. And he gets that more than once. And not just one and done. He gets that more than once. So, without a doubt, he is number 3 for blue units. Okay. This is where it is going to get spicy. With number 2. I again gone back and forth. Chat has gone back and forth with these units. Who deserves to be number 1? Who's number 2? Who deserves to be number 2? Who deserves to be number 1? Back and forth, back and forth. And again, they are very close to each other, but I'm gonna have to put Bardock and Goku at number 2. And like I said before, with Go Frieza, they start off as purple, so I'm counting them in purple. Goku and Bardock, they're blue-green, but they start off as blue. I'm putting them in the blue section. The indestructible mode is great because they can't die right off they can't die once they've reached 0. There's a lot of units that nullify endurance with the rushes and all the ultimates that are out there. They can't they can't die, which is nice. But there's a way to get around the mechanic of it, and there's a certain unit that's dropping combos, getting rid of their advantage gauge, and then boom, destroys them. We'll get to that character later, but if you have a full hand going into, if you have a card draw speed person who has a lot of card draw speed, you get to where that endurance indestructible mode pops, drop the combo. If he sidesteps, or if you attack, you're basically going to kill them because your combo is going to continue to go. That's the only reason why that they're not up at number 1. Plus, they are handicapped with a long animation AoE. That is unfortunate for them. That is very, very, very unfortunate that they have a long AoE. The cover null that it gets is nice. I think it's like 2 or 3 cards and they get it, or on a green card. That also helps them. Plus, they can do a lot of damage. Trust me, that I have nothing wrong with their damage whatsoever. But just because of the long AoE and there's kind of a way to get around the indestructible feature, that's the only reason why I put them at number 2. Again, they're not far off. They're very, very, very good units. There's no discredit to them. But that is just why they have landed at number 2. Number 1 for me, and it's just been annoying, is this guy, Ultra Janemba. You already know with the strike unique gauge that he has, where if you use a strike card or a blue card that's not long range, it's a dash forward blue card, he stops that, he uses a blue card, uses the ultimates, and you're just a free ult that you just get hit with. What are you gonna do? Can't do anything about that. You just gotta take that and you sit there. If you don't have a green units on your team, which most of you do, it's because you have Evoken now, but before that you didn't have Evoken. Evoken wasn't out. So, people were just spawning with Janemba, waiting for the strike to go, boom, ultimate. You had to take it. And if you didn't have a green, it was gonna hurt. Me, I was lucky because I was also running 4Ku on that, and if he uses the ult right away, he doesn't nullify cover. He nullifies covers for the first timer counts once he uses a strike or blast card. But if he uses the ultimate, I can get out of there. That was only lucky for me, but no one's running really 4Ku or a lot of units that have cover rescue. So, let me know if you agree with this blue. It was tough to figure this out. I had sort of hope, and Blue Bros right outside the list. They're right there, 6 and 7, very close to each other. You were running, alright, so you had another cover rescue, so that was good for you. But not many people were running 21, so that worked. But that's just mine, again, preference. It could be yours. You can create your own list. So it's for me. Okay, red units. I think this is going to be fairly simple. It's going to be interesting when it comes to after 5. Where I know it's crazy that this unit is still being used as a support unit, and I think hands down the greatest support unit that Legends has ever seen. You go type neutral for about however many timer counts. As soon as you pop her main, that green card lowering the sub counts. Every time she gets hit, she's giving so much damage buffs to your other 2 units. And when this unit was run with Beast Gohan, the blue one, the damage was through the roof. You couldn't be stopped. It was ridiculous. This unit will always be, hands down, I believe, the greatest support unit I think Legends has ever seen. It's crazy. Still crazy to me that people are still using it. Okay. Alright, number 4. Again, this is a toss-up between chat and I. Again, like I said, I'm going to read it every time. Units that I have seen, the kits, how the character is developed with this. we're putting Ape at number 4. Okay, the reason why he's not higher is I haven't seen Ape a lot when I go up in PvP. It's no discredit to him being a really good red unit, because his value has gone up. But I haven't really seen too much of him in PvP. I just think for those reasons, he's number 4. I'm sure that his damage has gone way up. The green card's great. He hits hard with the blue. He gets the sub count reduction with his blue card. I love his LF animation. I love when he goes Ozaro. I have no problem with that. I love that. I'm hoping that Super Baby 2 has that same thing. It's great. Jay, you'll be fine. But I think that he's just right there at number 4. Again, no discredit to the units. I just haven't seen him that much. That's all it is. There's nothing else to it. Number 3, Ultra Hit. Time skip. Time skip. The cut penetration that he does. Keep doing the cards. He covered those with his green card before he goes into time skip. If this man is at high stars, you were done. If this man was at high stars, you were done. Now, I know that the reason why people were going back and forth between Ape and Hits was because Hit you're trying to figure out what team to run him with. You can put him on Unireps, but Unireps is more blast based and he's strike based, so it's not really going to help him. There's not much strike Unireps right now, which that'll change. That'll change when Ultra MUI comes out, whatever color he'll be. But just the time skip ability, he gets his Vanish back after he uses his ultimates, and you were just stuck there, bro. You just had to get hit. You couldn't do anything. You couldn't do anything. Ultra Hit was used so much in PvP and when it came to LBR tournaments. Everyone was running him because of how stupid his time skip ability was. And there was nothing you could do. You just had this, hopefully, quick attack or tap him so you could stop doing the time skip. But there's nothing else you could do about that. Number 2, we're going with Ultra Vegito Blue. It's pretty self-explanatory why he's number 2. He destroys your Vanish right from the start. A lot of people had waited. They brought out a different unit, mostly with Future. I saw him a lot with Future, sometimes God Key, rarely Future Warriors. But I think the reason why he was so good with Future is because he was paired with Cell. His kit itself was amazing. The new mechanic he has where you tap to try to increase the final Kamehameha was very nice. That was cool. I had no problem with that. But if you paired him with the LF Cell, if you haven't switched into Vegito Blue at that point, you have Cell going up there. Cell dies. Vegito Blue just hits the ult. Goodbye, unit. And he does the AoE damage to the rest of your team. Fresh combo, AoE damage, and if it was a yellow unit, GG. You're gonna have no HP for your other units. The combination between those two was immaculate. And his cover nullification when he got with his gauge, sometimes you had to judge if he was going to use a strike or blast before his last card, before he got it full up. If you paired him with Vegeta Blue, it was very good. But I think right now his damage is going down. You can't tank as much. And I think that's the reason why he's not number 1. But again, they're very close right now. But Ultra Vegeta Blue is still very, very good character. So a very, very, very good character. Number 1, you already know who it's going to be. Beast Gohan. I've had enough of this unit. I cannot stand him. And there's only one reason why. It's his fucking transformation. That's the only reason why I can't stand him. You can deal with him a lot, but his transformation... Actually, no, there's a couple more reasons why, but the number one reason right now is just his transformation where he gets rid of your banish. And I know a lot of people do this too when you're trying to see if you can catch him, and if he sidesteps and say you're doing a strike card, and he hits you with the transformation, he hits you with the green card. He hits you for a basically fresh blue card. Shit's gonna hurt. He gets covered all pretty easily. He does the charge animation for his for unique gaze. Excuse me, guys. One moment. I'm just gonna repeat this. Sorry, back here. This unit is absolutely just stupid right now. I can't wait for him to get off a feature boost because then he won't be able to do so much damage. But again, if you pair him with Pan, you already know how that goes with the blue Beast Gohan. Back then, you pair him with Pan, Pan gets hit a lot, you go over to Beast Gohan, and then boom, it just gets absolutely destroyed. If you're going up against a 14-star Beast, good luck, have fun, because it's not going to be fun at all. It's not. So, I think with those reasons being said, he is number 1. Let me know if you guys agree with this red units. I got top 5. If you don't, if I'm missing any units, I couldn't think of any other reds that had just been going around. I looked. Someone brought up this Red Piccolo Jr. I haven't seen him do anything. I mean, maybe you could put Jace up there for red units. There's just red's not really being used a lot right now. You're not really gonna know what red unit's gonna come out. So with those being said, let me you guys know what you think for the whole list. I know that everyone's going to freak out about this one right here. So they're just gonna say just because you're a GT person you're gonna have that. But I think Tag 4 is, and me personally, and I know someone's gonna say let's fight on a one-on-one, Rose or Tag 4s. Who you got? And they came out not relatively close to each other. It was about a 5 month span, but they're both old units. Again, this is a toss-up for me, but I had to at least put something up there for GT, with Tag 4 is just being up there. Other than that, guys, I appreciate if you guys like this. This was fun. I had a lot of fun being able to make this tier list. I hope I can be able to do it more and more often for you guys. Other than that, man, yeah, this is good. This was fun. I appreciate all you guys watching. If you enjoy, hit the like, subscribe, as always, because it always helps out. It is free. It does not cost you anything. Other than that, guys, peace out, and I'll see you all later.
The power of a mighty General is all mine!